Hey y'all, it's that mother effing podcast back again to talk about Power Book 2, Ghost Season 3, Episode 2. I think we should start right off with Effie not being the CI. Everybody was thinking that Effie was going to be the CI, but I knew it was going to be Sax. Jenny said it like almost like immediately, when the show started, when the episode started, where she was like, my CI not doing, what he's supposed to do or etc. So y'all, I don't remember exactly what everybody said. Did any of you guys say that Effie was the CI?
I said
And
possibly.
yeah, I think Jamil said it, and before we started recording in the last episode, I was like, yeah, she the CI, but then I watched Movie Bot, and that's when I was like, nah, and that's what I was like, damn, I had my mind made up. I was like, man, Movie Bot don't know what he's talking about, but then he played the clip of I forget her name, Courtney Kemp,
Right,
and I was like, oh man,
right.
Yeah,
I couldn't even say that. And I just had to laugh it off. I was like, damn, he got me with that one.
like Power is notorious for throwing curveballs at us. That's just a quick curveball they threw at us because
Facts.
it kind of did it made sense if you didn't watch the movie bot because Effie Lauren's situation she was still alive and I thought that possibly Effie and Jenny with Jenny CI they worked together or whatever. But the very first
Yep.
scene of Power, I mean the very first scenes of this very first scene of this episode, we saw what happened to Lauren step by step.
Yeah. It
So
was just an effing mistake.
yeah,
I think Effie being a CI only made sense when you were watching the episode in the moment. I think if
Hmm.
after you watch the episode and you actually thought about it, it Sax made the sense to me. Because and that's what I said in our last video that we did, that Sax made the sense because he was the only one embedded in there, and Effie just, I don't know, I just felt like it was not Effie. However, I do feel that within this season she is going to be pulled in, and she possibly is going to snitch.
I think that too.
yeah, I
Yeah.
I
believe that.
definitely believe that.
So whereas it did not happen now, I definitely think there's a great possibility. And the reason that I feel that is we got to remember, going back to when we first met Effie, um, she snitched on Tyreek, you
Quick,
know, because she did it, for herself, so that she could, progress, and, make more money and etc. And if you notice now, she is being very, like, distant and etc. from, Tyreek. She want to do her own thing. She doesn't want to be around. She's got attitudes, when they speak to her. Like, so I'm first of all, I want to know, like, girl, what is going on with you? Like, why is she acting the way that she's acting? It's kind of weird, you know?
Because she getting ready to betray Tariq. That's how I feel about it. Because if you
yeah,
seen what she was about to do, she was about to start the little app and shit, or the little
or
thing on the computer she was messing around with. I'm like, yeah, she's
Course
skimming off, and then she
perfect.
was skimming off the top.
Course perfect. And you're right, she was skimming off the top, right?
correct.
But what killed me is that, Effie is supposed to be the smart one, like she I don't know. Out of all of them, I definitely think Tariq can be smart, but I think Effie was, she's just a little bit more keen than them. So for her to start a course perfect, that's what she called it. I just think that didn't make sense for her to do because
I
she's
I
smart.
feel like it would because who would they look at? They wouldn't look at her. They would look at Tariq and they would look at Brayden.
My question is just like Josie's brought up, they're not even looking at her. I'm wondering if she's even under their radar because they're looking at everybody else except for Effie, and they
Well,
gotta
Exactly.
she's under the radar because by Jenny, because she's the one that did this to Effie. So she's under the radar.
Yeah, she
You
is
mean
under the
Lauren?
I'm
saying.
sorry, yeah, to Lauren.
Well,
So she's
now
under the
she is.
radar.
Now she is because since Lauren finally told her and all that. But I'm talking about like before this episode, what she
Right,
Right.
even
but
thought.
but see, that doesn't even, matter because on episode 1, even though we did not know this, they knew that Effie had did this because Lauren had already told this, before episode 1. Episode 2, we just saw a flashback.
We
You
saw
know what I'm
Flash.
saying? So she
Yeah,
was on the radar episode 1. We just didn't know that.
yeah. Well, this season she's under the radar. Well, I was just really thinking about
Now,
like
for
before,
Blanca,
before that.
no, she's not on the radar with Blanca, but when it comes to Jenny Sullivan, she's under the radar. So, and y'all, we have to remember that, they show previews of her being chased by the police
Right,
and her running.
right. So I mean, but that's further down the line. You feel what I'm saying? So she don't know that, Plus, they don't know. They didn't. She didn't know anything about them knowing that she was involved in the car wreck or anything like that. Because remember, she thinks Lauren is dead.
Right.
So she would think that she's doing that. She's gonna start that, and then they only gonna look at Tariq and Braid.
Well, yeah, she's gonna think that, but they're not. That's what I'm saying. Like I
Right.
understand what you guys are saying, but regardless, she's under the radar. And I get it, but she's smarter than that. Like to start something identical to what they did at the same school. Like, come on now. She's
I mean,
smarter than
hey,
that.
not if she don't know they after her or they looking for her, then I mean, why not?
But
Because it looked
she
like it's them.
knows that the college is hot right now when it comes to that type of things. She knows that, because they talk about it, that the campus being hot, et cetera, blah, blah, blah. So I don't, I don't know. I don't agree. I don't agree with that. Like we're just gonna have to disagree here, agree to disagree, because I think she's too smart for that. That's just my opinion. And, for her to think that she would not be implicated in any of this, and maybe, well, no, she had already said that she wanted to, do her own thing before she started, getting in with what they got going on with Noma. But I was going to say maybe she was, saying that she wanted to separate herself from Tariq so that she could do this and, not be caught. But that happened after. Unless course perfect was already something that she had in the works and she was going to try and find her own supplier. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. We'll just have to agree to disagree there. I just think she should be too smart for that. All right, yeah. Let's talk about when Kane told Lorenzo that he knew it was him and told him, I own you now. I thought it was kind of
Most
funny.
impactful scene of Power. Well, second impactful scene of Power. I ain't gonna
Are
say
you
the
talking about
most
this season or period?
this season.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like to me it was kind of funny when he hugged him, almost like he was consoling him. And then he was
Yeah,
like, yeah, then he was like,
that's
that's
the
the
most
most
stupidest shit.
pathetic thing I ever heard. Like, I'm
Yo,
like, yeah. So,
Yeah, it's kind of
but
crazy.
he figured that out. And we talked about this in the last episode, well, in our last podcast, where we knew that Kane was going to find out. And we said that Lorenzo needed to frame somebody for this. And we
right.
knew that Kane was going to find out about it. But I guess we didn't. I guess we kind of knew that it would go this route, but we didn't know that he was going to be like, I own you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But we knew that he was going to have Lorenzo to, distribute the drugs now because he knew what he did. And that's his way of having, control over him. So,
Hey,
Exactly.
it kind of tripped me out because I once when he did all that scene, And I looked back, I said, bruh, why does it remind me of Rock? Rock and her little brother. When she was like, I don't know how many times I gotta tell you, I own you, nigga. I was like, oh man, they doing the same thing, man.
Right,
That was
right,
crazy as hell.
right. Mm-hmm.
So it was Lorenzo who's trying to pin GTG to Zeke's murder, and basically Kane just figured everything out. He beat up Drew and everything, put GTG on his back and all that, trying to make it seem like it was a big deal and all that. But Kane was able to figure everything out, you know.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, he does own Lorenzo now, and we're counting down on when Lorenzo's going to get shot, well, murdered, basically at this point. You know, I think Monet is going to do it. What do y'all think?
Yeah,
I believe so.
I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Monet. Yeah.
I don't think there's really
Or Monet gonna get somebody to do it. One of the two.
No, I think Monet's going to handle that herself. And if Monet doesn't do it, Kane is going to do it, which is going to bring us full circle from when, he was supposed to kill him before. So,
Exactly.
yeah, it's either them two. It's them two or nobody else. That's how I feel.
Or it could possibly be what's her name? Norma?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
You don't believe they could set him up to get killed? You know how that shit is. You know how power is. They might not want to get their hands dirty.
I think Monet is gonna want that kill herself.
Yeah, Noma already said that she's gonna murder what's her name? Diana. The next episode we won't meet that killer.
Yeah.
We don't get enough drugs sold and stuff like that. So that's gonna be her target. So she already looked into that team, the little organization they got going on and all that. So
true.
with those four. So we'll see what happens.
Right. So let's talk about Detective Whitman. We always figure out this, but there's always that one detective that just can't let it go. Like,
he took Sack's spot.
Fails. Yeah, it never fails, And if we notice that he is kind of going down that route where like Sax was, because he pulled over Monet for no reason, and then he busted out her window. Just so that he had proof that, oh, this is why I really pulled her over. You know what I'm saying?
He kind of remind me a little bit of Sax and Greg. He got a little mix of both.
That would remind me of Greg when he pulled over Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Definitely remind me of Greg. So what you gonna say?
I was just thinking, like, is Detective Whitman, is he gonna last this season? Himself a deep hole, and he's doing way too much at this point. Looking into Monet, stopping her, and this and that. So I'm thinking that he may not last through the season because he knows a lot. He knows that Monet killed Carrie Milgram. He got a theory, and he's pretty much is correct to everything, because he said that him and her and what's his name, Rodriguez or somebody, the cop murdered. They were sleeping together. He was working with them. He was basically on point with everything he was saying. So usually when that's the case, they don't last.
Right. Because they was looking in the wrong direction, and then he pointed them in the right direction, like instantly. Like it was real easy, because everybody was like, "Oh, it's Tariq. He the head of the operation," and he was just like, "Look, watch this, watch that, look at this," and then they connected the dots, and I was like, "Oh, damn!" He came in and just solved everything.
Exactly. Right. And usually detectives like that on this show, usually they don't last that long.
Yeah, because look at Greg. Like we just brought up Greg. He a prime example.
But Greg was on there for a while.
Yeah, but still, he got dropped real quick though. Soon he found out what Sandoval was up to. He got caught. He got busted real quick.
Oh yeah.
Right. I don't know. I mean, I could see it happening. But I don't know. Honestly, I kind of have like no thought about that. But I could see it happening. I could see, him being set up by the by Monet or something like that. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't
I
think. Part of
go
me
ahead.
wonders, will he make it into the next season? Um, I don't know about that.
I
I
don't
guess
know.
we'll kind of have to see how that, will play out.
Right, right.
What about Tariq working with interning with the Westons?
Hmm.
Selling
So
drugs.
it's so funny because Braden really, showed us a different side of him. When he set that whole thing in motion, he set a couple things in motion on this episode.
Yep.
From him messing up Tariq's opportunity with Tate to him, getting Tyreek in as an intern, to him, sending Tyreek into the conference room to set up so that he could see what was going on, that the people were actually, doing drugs like it was nothing, to him
Right,
even
right.
basically planning the death of um the bo-
Bodybuilder that
the
was
bodybuilder. Yeah.
really an
Yeah.
undercover drug dealer.
Yeah. So, we're kind of seeing like a different side of Braden here. You know, I mean, we even kind of saw a different side of him in the first episode. I feel like he is becoming more dangerous than he's ever been. You
He's learning
know,
Tariq.
I told you, Tommy Jr., man. Tommy
yeah,
Jr.
He's
he's
learning from
failing
Tariq too.
himself big time.
Yeah.
You
All he
know,
got to do is catch a body. If he catch a body, I feel like he'll get used to that lifestyle, and it'll be escalated. Then that's gonna
right,
be his go-to thing. Oh, you ain't gonna listen to me? Another body. You know
right,
what I'm
because
saying?
he's not really when it comes to get killing people or whatever. I just feel like he ain't gonna really think it through like Tommy. You
Nah.
know, yeah.
Plus, he
So
kind of weak in that category, so he had to get it. Had to be something he had to get used to.
right.
And just like you said, on Jazzy, he had the whole plan in place. Like he even at the beginning, he got the other guy, the other intern fired.
Oh yeah, I
He set
forgot to
everything
mention
up.
that. Yep.
Yeah, he did all that. And he's hooking up with old girl.
Right,
You
right. And you
I
see
think
pretty much.
I think you mentioned that last time. He was like,
Yeah,
man, I think he gonna end up messing with her.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
exactly.
And then you notice that the girl had mentioned to him that there's other rooms that that they have in the building that nobody is on or using. And I'm wondering, are they gonna try and store like drugs there?
Yeah, and I
It
think
would be smart. Well, no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. No, it
yeah,
wouldn't. Because you never know when his pops will go into a room and or anybody go into a room snooping around or whatever may happen and find it. So nah. Hopefully they leave that alone.
It's probably gonna be the brother that will snoop around and find some things. And I don't know if you notice, but normally, like almost every scene the brother is in, he's laughing at somebody. I don't know if y'all noticed that.
yeah.
You
He's
know,
just
he's whenever somebody gets in trouble or whatever, he is laughing. In every scene, he's basically like laughing.
Yeah, I feel like he might be one of the ones that get killed soon too. To be real.
possibly,
Mhm. I
possibly,
could
but
see.
the
I
way
could see that.
the way Braden's planning everything out, he kept on telling Tariq like this is a good opportunity, it's a good opportunity, and Tariq kept ignoring him. So he really
Mhm.
had to think. He was like, okay, I gotta let Tariq see this then,
All
and
right.
see how easy it is, and let him come up with let him come up with everything,
All right.
at that
All
point.
right.
So I thought that was smart on his behalf, because obviously Tariq wasn't really hearing Braden, but he had to actually see what was going on.
All right.
So I felt
Hmm.
like that was just a good point by Braden at that point. So we'll see how that works out.
Right.
And
Right. We'll
another
see
thing
how much.
is, and another thing is, when the gym guy got killed, the guys, I guess the guys, the users, people that's gonna be using drugs and stuff like that, they don't care where it comes from.
All right.
They're just gonna want to use it. So
All right. Yeah.
that's another thing. So
That's a druggie for you. They don't care where it comes from as long as they get their fix.
yeah, as long as they
So
get there.
I was low key shocked at how Heartless Drew dropped dude like that, but I'm like, dude was in his feelings, so shit, he didn't give a damn. He said, "It is what it is."
You just got to
right,
test.
he was in his feelings.
You know.
So
So
when Effie, well, not Effie, when Diana went and hid, she's gonna start working in the store, right? And when she went and hid because Tariq and Effie were coming in, and she had a look on her face. Do you think that look was because she was embarrassed to be working there, or because they were together being all lovey-dovey?
You know what? I was still trying to figure that out. Why was she hiding and all that? Like, I guess, because she was embarrassed. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of
Mm.
weird.
I honestly don't know. I don't think it was embarrassment. I think it was she felt some type of way about them, and I don't know if she felt some type of way about them because of what Effie has told her when they was together. Because I don't remember that conversation, or
Right.
if it's because she still really got feelings for Tariq, or she had feelings for Tariq. So I don't know.
But she's
And I
feeling old now.
I think she's gonna be. Listen, I think she likes him, but she's gonna be forced into feeling him because she's gonna try and remove her feelings for Tariq and push them on this boy. That's how I'm feeling it's gonna go because the vibe that I got, like, yes, I got a vibe that she did not want them to see her, but I also got a vibe that she felt bothered by seeing them two together. And I feel like at the beginning, when they show previews, one of the previews that they showed was when Effie had said to Diana, you don't want to get involved with Tariq because you'll get hurt.
Hmm.
And so then when we, see that scene where she's looking at them and she's kind of looking like a little down or sad, I think that's the reason why. Because, it's kind of like, how are you going to say that, but you're going to go and be with him? So I feel like she's going to be pushed to, dating the TA. Like, I think, she had some interest, but I think, her interest is with Tyreek. Like, let's be real. This is why she's going to that college. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
Yeah. So she probably didn't expect to see Effie there. She probably thought that she was going to be able to sneakily get in. But then I get in with Tariq. But then I'm also wondering, like, Effie, why did you even switch schools if you're going to act like this? Like, why? You switch schools to be closer to him, but you're acting like I don't want to be around you. Like, it's just
Envy
weird.
just a hard character to figure out because you know what I'm saying. At first, we thought she was locked in with somebody that Ghost did something to, and that's why she played Tariq. Or then we thought she was a fed, but then we forget that she was texting the dude talking about hey, our competition out the way. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a complicated person, man. She different.
Yeah, at least we know her last name now. Her last name is Morales. Can we connect her to anybody from Power off Morales? I don't think so. I was trying to look that up, but I don't think so.
No, but I think we heard her last name before.
We did? Okay, it's my first time really hearing it.
I don't know
She was
why I
Yeah, I
feel like
don't
I
remember hearing
did.
her last name. Hell, I ain't even
I
remember it
heard
recently,
this
but
episode.
Yeah, I don't know why I felt like I did. And maybe it was just like in a character, description or something like that.
Uh,
Um, yeah, I don't know why I just felt like I heard, I had already knew that that's what it was. I don't know. I don't know.
if you
Um,
she could be somebody's daughter, but what's his name? I forgot his name, but we was thinking that maybe he could be related to her.
Mecca, you talking about?
Not Mecca, but someone from the original Power series.
Oh, I
Um,
don't know. Louise, I don't know.
didn't she say her brother got killed or something like that?
Right.
yeah.
I wonder if maybe if her brother may be the guy who got killed by Ghost and Tommy when they was interrogating them. Uh, the one who killed Julio,
Oh, okay. I mean,
bald headed guy, Puerto Rican dude.
Yeah, the dude that was in the gang.
Yeah. So I wonder if
The
I,
Toros.
yeah, Toros Locos or something like that.
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
I don't
It
know. I don't
could be
know. I guess,
connected.
hopefully, this season, we'll find out are unanswered questions about Effie and her life.
Yeah.
Because
Just
we're thinking that it has something to do with, the past, but it really could have nothing to do with it.
That's
yeah.
true.
I would think she's the most mysterious power character ever. Do y'all think so? She's like one of the most mysterious ones. Like she's been on how many seasons out? 3 seasons, and she was on the last season of Power, so 4 seasons total. But she's the most
Yeah,
mysterious character. We don't know that much about her.
yeah, they
Still,
don't give us anything to work with her.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking within the next couple of episodes, Lorenzo's gonna die. He's gonna get uncapped like
Right.
on
Well,
that.
that we know. That's
Yeah,
a given.
five. I'm saying like before
Yeah.
episode 5, that's gonna happen. So
Hmm.
before you know how they
I don't know
do it.
about the next episode, but I agree with Jay Mills. Lorenzo's death, maybe the detective's death because he knows too much and he putting too much stuff together.
Exactly.
Um, maybe we find out some more about Effie. Uh, Braden's brother might get killed too. So them the only deaths that I could think of that I could predict that it'll be, maybe next episode or the following episode after that.
Okay.
Dang, if
Okay.
Braden dies, like he's Tariq is definitely gonna be out the organization at that point, out of Weston's
It
organization.
depends how he dies.
Yeah,
I don't
because
know.
he could get caught up by the what's her name, Norma. She could be the
Norma.
one to kill him because of how he's being so he's like real Snoopy and shit. So
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that has something to do with. Well, they don't think that
it
has something
does,
to do
but
with.
they wouldn't. Yeah, yeah,
They
they
wouldn't.
wouldn't know.
They
All
wouldn't
right.
know that. So,
Well, thank you guys for watching our review recap of Power Book 2 Ghosts Season 3, Episode 2. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching. Bye.